What's going on, everybody?
What's going on?
My name is Joey, and in the background is my lovely Bubba. And today we are going to the queen of my.
Karen, I'm recording you.
We're going to the queen of my dream premiere because I was going to say that. Yes.
No, I won 2 times.
There's a Q&A with, I don't know if it's the actors or the director, but there is a Q&A after the film and stuff. So we'll see how this premiere goes day after day. We just seen Immaculate yesterday, and today it's the queen of my dreams. Woohoo! Let's do this. Alright guys, we finally made it to the theater for the screening, and this is what we're greeted with. Posters of the movie! Woohoo! We have finally made it inside to the warmth. It is cold again today. I don't know why recently it decides, oh, let me be so freaking cold. No, but it is cold. It's beyond cold. I wish it was a lot warmer. It should be because we're in spring right now, from what they say. But we're here for the Queen of My Dreams screening in Toronto. They're doing a Q&A. I don't know who's showing up, but there's 2 actors out of the entire cast I would gladly love to try and meet. Well, if it wasn't already obvious, we're seated. We're not seated. We're in the line for the movie. It's exciting. It says there's a Q&A post-movie. And they have like a red carpeting, as you've seen before. So I'm assuming the cast or the director, somebody's showing up from the movie, and it's going to be really awesome. They finally let us into the theater. They opened it up. We got our spots. We're seated. We're ready to get dates. Funny. We're excited. We're just outside now, standing, because we're going to be sitting for a while. And we're going to see who we can catch on the way in. The actors are coming here before the movie. It'll be awesome. Transplant is genuinely one of the best doctors I've ever. I get measles, and I've seen you also in the Indian Detective.
Oh, cool, man.
Yeah, but transplant is definitely one of the best. And I'm not really into that stuff because sometimes it freaks me out. But transplant.
I'm not into doctor shows either, so you know what I mean. It's really cool to make one.
All right, come here, come. Go on that side.
I know myself.
Look at you guys taking a video. I see what you're doing. I get it.
Because I don't know if you're in a rush.
Little BTS, that's fine.
Maybe.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, just one. Yeah.
Thank you so much. It means. Okay, guys, we are seated now, like officially. We got to meet the people we wanted to, and
Sorry.
no worries. We got to meet the people we wanted to, and now we're seated. We got our nachos, water,
Wait,
and we're ready for this movie.
that he
How are you? How are you doing?
Woo!
Great! My name is Ali Hassan. You guys have the worst seats in the house. This was a bad choice, but it'll be all right. They were free, he says. They're all, okay. This was assigned to you? Oh, somebody doesn't like you. Okay, so this is, you did something bad to a relative of Fazia's one day, and this is what you did. No, it's not bad. Your next, it doesn't feel like you're going to be looking up too high. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. You're all going to love it. This is in case anybody thinks they're at Dune. This is the Queen of My Dreams. Let's give a nice round of applause for where you are and what you're watching. okay, first things first, let's give some thanks. I want to get to the movie as quickly as possible. After the movie, by the way, we are going to roll all the credits so that everybody who worked on this film gets their due, gets some love, and then we're going to do a Q&A with some cast and crew who are in attendance tonight. So that'll be awesome. Sure. Good attitude over there. 4 people who care about the Q&A. Care about the Q&A. Woo! The rest of Canada gets to see this movie starting tomorrow. No Q&A. We're doing Q&A. We want to say some thanks. Number 1 to the film's distributor, Cineplex Pictures. Let's give a nice round of applause and a thanks to Cineplex Pictures. Let's give a thanks to their partners, Telefilm Canada and Made New. Let's give them a nice round of applause. These are the people this film could not have been made without. Indispensable figures. 2 amazing producers, Baby Doll Productions and Shut Up and Color Pictures. Let's give them a nice round of applause. Okay, this movie, just so you know, 5 Canadian Screen Award nominations is what it's up to. That is a hot potato. This thing is on fire right now, and it's all very, very well deserved. I do want to tell you also that, yeah, I think you see it right here. You see it? Yes, hashtag, if you enjoy the film, if you don't enjoy the film, keep it to yourself. If you like the film, and I'm certain you will, I watched it this week, hashtag the queen of my dreams. Don't go rogue and put queen of my dreams. Don't put dreams 2024. This is not a branding, people. Branding, hashtag the queen of my dreams. Get it trending on social media. Good for you. Right, is that what you're doing? The queen of my dreams? Good for you. All right, that's great. You say it and then it's done. Amazing. All right, so just before we get started, I want to bring up my friend Fazia to introduce this film, just before the thing gets started. Now, I'm going to tell you a little bit. I met Fazia in the year 2000, and that was a long time ago, and she was a different person. I was a different person. To see this journey has been amazing. I was a 38-pound overweight, miserable consultant. And now I'm only 32 pounds overweight. So people change, and it's incredible what people can do if they put their mind to it. And Fazia was a lawyer, or at the very least an articling, so she was in law, she was straight. I know, gross, but she was straight. And she was a different human being that I met in Chicago. We were both very unhappy with our lives. And to watch what she has done in the last 2 decades has warmed my heart. And so when I say that I'm bringing her up with a heart that's swollen full of pride, that's not just words, I really mean that. So please give her a very warm, huge welcome. Director, writer, Fazia Mirza.
It's amazing to think of like how depressed I was until I realized I was gay. And all my power has been in my queerness, so that's been pretty cool. Yeah, you can definitely clap for that. I just want to say I'm so blessed to see all of you here. I know there's so much going on in the world and the devastation in Gaza, but to be here tonight with me to honor this moment and to celebrate joy and women and Muslim women and our possibility and dreams and sides of us that people have not seen before is beautiful, and truly I'm honored that you're here with us tonight. So thank you. There are a lot of people I want to thank right off the top, without whom this film would not be a reality. Telefilm, especially Lori McCurdy. Where you at, girl? The CMF, Jill Sampson. You can clap. Craven, CBC, Natalie Igfield, and Gosha Kamala. And then tonight's partners, I know it's a repeat, but they have done so much. Cineplex Pictures, Tim, Claire, and Brad, thank you so much. I have never been happier to walk into Scotiabank than tonight. Telefilm, also Mike Robson and Brian Mullen. Made New, thank you so much. We couldn't be doing this without you. Touchwood PR, you are powerhouses. Beacon Realty, Philip Kosov, I know you're in here somewhere. Thank you for the popcorn and the drinks. Inside Out, thank you. You've supported my work over the years. William F. White, you made us bright on that carpet. And Mernaz, thank you so much for believing in us. I also just want to say, the film you're about to see could not have happened without the support of my three producers. I have to thank them right now before you even watch this thing. It is Mark Tetro, Jason Levangie, and Andrea Wilson Mirza. Because the thing is, you can dream of something, but you need people to believe in your dream. And they believed in my dream as if it was theirs. There is no way this would be a reality without each of them. Their commitment to me and commitment to the fact that this movie needed to be made and shared with you all. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. And then also thank you to David D'Olivera, our EP, who told us how to get money from Canada. So that's really good. The movie, yeah, come on in, you're in perfect timing. No, sorry. The movie, I won't say a lot, but it's made with my whole heart, and I hope you receive it with your whole heart. And inshallah you will. And it's a movie about love and mothers and daughters, and I can't wait to talk to you about it afterwards, and hopefully we'll get some questions and answers. And we are gonna run the credits because it takes a lot of people to make a thing. Woo. And even though I'm standing here alone, nothing happens on our own or alone. It's so many voices and hands and bodies and hearts and minds and ideas that made this happen. And you'll meet some incredible people who are gonna join us. Our editor is here, Simone Smith, our DP is here, Matt, and our cast, Hamza, Ali, I know that, and our composer Alicia's in the house. So, okay, Alicia fan base. That's it from me. Thank you so much. See you soon.
First of all, is this mic working?
No.
I could have, but I've been bailed out. Thank you so much. Imagine I came on stage and I was like, Haram! That is Haram! We're sinners for watching that. I can't tell you how much in awe I am of this project and what my friend and her team was able to do. I really, really love that. I'm going to turn it to you to ask you how you felt about this movie. And I loved every part of it. I even loved during the credits, I saw CBC Films and Bell Media. I was like, oh, mommy and daddy together. Like, you don't see them usually in the same. So good, so good. Okay, so we don't have a ton of time. We started a bit late, so we don't want to go on too long. But I'm going to call Fawzia on stage right now, and you can give her some more love, and then we're going to call some of the cast and crew on stage. I'll ask them some questions, and we'll turn things over to you for a few questions from the audience.
And
right?
I guess because the lights aren't working, we're just going to have it be close and intimate
that's good. That makes
here.
sense.
We're going to have a 360 experience.
360 experience.
This is
These
immersive
guys,
Q&A.
Short end of the stick every single time. No matter where they go, it's always lovely.
Oh my God, no. You know what? Queer Muslim seats are #1. Here we are. We'll just stand together. Can I bring everybody else?
Okay, please bring them. While you're bringing them, let's pretend that there's wood paneling here, and you and I are having a slow dance, all right? 1983 style.
What I love is your hands are on my shoulders. This is gender reversal right here. Yeah, no, it's too late. I'd love to bring up the cast and crew that are here. Hamza Haq, Ali Kazmi, and then we have our DP Matt Irwin. We have our editor Simone Smith, composer Alicia Brilla, producer Mark Tetro, producer Andrea Wilson Mirza, producer Jason Levangie, Is that everybody? Did I get everybody? And David Oliveira, our fabulous executive producer. You may know him from producing the incredible film Brother last year. And those are his other roles. That's it. This is our crowd.
Amazing team
You
of
guys want to
people
come up
here.
here? Do you want to
You
shift?
want to come up? Come
Yeah,
on
you want
up.
to shift up? No problem. Yeah.
They sort of, I mean, they have a lot of
Yeah.
products here to move. You could just move you, come back for your products if you like. Okay. I don't have enough time to say all the things that I would love to say to all of you. It's such an amazing thing that you've put together, and I happen to have some experience in this world, and I'm thinking like locations and rentals and casting. The first thing I'm going to ask you, Flavia, is about casting. It blew my mind from the carpet seller to the alcohol seller to those aunties. The hate that the aunties were giving, I was like, is this a documentary or is this scripted? Every single person that you surrounded yourself with in this film, or that the actors surrounded them, just absolutely flawless performances. What is the casting process? How do you find such gifted performers?
We were so lucky. I mean, we had Jesse Griffiths casting, who worked with us here in Canada, and then Meher Jaffrey, who is one of the actors. She helped us in Pakistan, and in Pakistan, there's really no auditions. You're just like offer only. Everybody's offer only. It's really, yeah. I know a guy. So when I was like, "Would you audition?" It was sort of an insult. And I was like, I'm a Western. They were like, fine. But
Do you know who my father is? Did you get a few of those?
Yeah, everybody is like, what's your last name? But the thing that was really beautiful was that this film is incredible because of our incredible lead cast with Amrit and Hamza and Nimra and Ali and Meher, and the day players, like the people who came in and did a couple scenes, like everybody in Pakistan. These are like soap opera stars and also incredible theater stars in Karachi. Like the guy who's selling the saris in the sari shop, like he's one of the best theater actors in the country. And so I felt very lucky that they would say yes to doing this, what might be seen as a small role. And just in terms of the casting here, the first person we cast actually was Hamza here.
Yeah, this guy deserves his flowers for everything he's doing. Hamza, there's this debate in acting about like, who should play what roles. And I as actors, we get this sometimes where it's like, well, if you're not this person, you should play this role, you shouldn't play this role. And I'm like, man, if we go down this path, I'm going to be able to play Sunni Muslim Pakistani from Quebec, and that's it. If there's any other thing, I'm not allowed to play. So I've watched you on the flip side, transplant, playing a refugee from Syria, a refugee doctor from Syria. Recently, Chasing Eid. Is it Chasing Eid? Crashing Eid. Sorry, Crashing Eid. I don't know if you've seen that on Netflix. It's very timely, given that it's Ramadan. You are playing a British guy who speaks in Arabic, which you speak, and you get to speak in Urdu. And in this role, obviously, speaking Urdu. I just feel like your range is fantastic, and you deserve to be celebrated, and it's phenomenal.
Well, and to that, casting Amrit, we met a lot of incredible actors, and Hamza was like, look, let me just tell you, Amrit's awesome, and I know you don't know her, but I do, and they work together, and they work with the same acting coach, and so they have this great chemistry already. And so I was like, okay, and then I met her, and it was over Zoom, and she just had that spark. And the thing that I really leaned into with casting this film was leaning into who the person already is, and not trying to make you something you're not. That wasn't going to work for this. Like everything that you already are and that spark that you already have on a day-to-day basis, just in our conversation, is what I wanted for every one of these roles. And so, even with Amrit, the Mariam and the Azra of it all, like that sameness that she is what is in both of them, and that is why the mother is the daughter, is the grandmother, is. And so that was really important. But their chemistry between Hamza and Amrit and Nimra, it's
See us right here.
Amrit and Ali, it's just like sparks. you know, it's pretty remarkable. So I feel very blessed.
Yeah, that was wonderful. I think I'm going to turn things over in a second. I want to, Matt Irwin, did you do cinematography? So I know Matt from Shorta. The cinematography is, you know, like we don't get to see your wings fly as much. We do because it's Toronto and you get to, you know, showcase the city. But this was really something. I mean, this was I mean, there are so many. Oh yeah, please do.
Yeah, so it just dawned on me, we were watching that, and that sunrise scene at the end, and it just hit me so hard that I come, and a lot of us in here, we come from a generation of Pakistanis who have been discouraged from going back home just because of like the mistakes of a government. And for so many years we were discouraged from going back, and it was this movie that brought me back after 16 years. And you made it look so beautiful, man. I hope that people across Canada, across the world, can see our country and be just like, yeah, that's a lot of, yeah, of course there's bullshit, but there's bullshit here too, you know what I mean? Go check it out, it's actually gorgeous. So thanks for doing that for Pakistan, man. Thank you for writing it, and thanks for putting that out there, man. I was really moved because I miss being in Karachi so much, getting to see it again. So thanks for that, man. Truly.
Okay, should we turn it to the audience? What do we do? How are we doing for time? Yeah? Okay, great. I got a thumbs up on turning it to the audience. Any questions from the audience? I can bring you a microphone if you're yeah? What's your voice like? You want me to walk up these stairs? I can do it.
No, I can scream.
Yes.
You talked a little bit about how all the actors didn't have to adapt to the role as such because they were already those characters in some way. My question is related to that. How much of the script writing and how much of the writing was about you being actually who you are?
Great question. Well, I know that my actors really leaned into the fact that it is my story. And, you know, I'm a queer Muslim, brown human being, so everything I do has that POV attached to it, unapologetically. It doesn't matter what you see on screen, my POV is there. I have a very complicated relationship with my mother, and you know, it's taken years to find that place of healing and love. And there's so many things in this film that are inspired by, you know, I did live in Nova Scotia. I love Pakistan. My dad did die quite so suddenly and tragically, and we had to fly there for his burial. But also, there's so much fantasy in this. There's collective history, there's collective memory. I mean, I got obsessed with this story that I kept reading about Beatles landing. And has anyone else heard that story before? Right? You know what I'm saying? And I kept reading it and I was like, why does nobody talk about this Pakistan? That story is everywhere. And those pictures of like the Metropole and the clubs and these spaces,
and then Paul McCartney converted to Islam, as many people know. That's,
100%.
Yeah, he didn't. But if you spread that, that'll be good for the religion in general.
That's gonna be the next movie. We have Cat Stevens. We always have Cat Stevens.
Mike Tyson. Little John.
Oh, listen, roll it in. Anyone? Any takers?
Change the vibe. Forget about Q&A. Who wants to convert?
Hey,
The least qualified people in the room will convert you right now. Andrew Fong, you want to convert, buddy? Come on. You're not even anything.
You want to really run the burbs? Yeah.
We're losing them.
But there's that thing, like what, you know, the thing that I really couldn't help thinking about was the 60s in Pakistan. And so, you know, I don't know what it was like there. My mom doesn't talk about it. You talk to elders and they don't want to remember. It's too hard to remember. And so what if we could help all of us remember? And, you know, so there's definitely personal moments.
When you and I met, when we met in Chicago, Fawzi was in Chicago and I was there at the same time, I remember we would compare notes about the things our mothers would call us. I get gabakht, or I get gada, I get like uludi party. And I thought of that when you know, that you wrote that in, That like, oh,
Sur
if
ka
I'm
bacha.
a Sur ka bacha, that means you're the original OG Sur, and she got a slap for that. Yeah, yeah, good memories coming back.
So there's a standing hand.
Yes.
This one's for Alicia. Can you tell us about your journey with creating the score? It was so dreamy and like, how did that come about?
Thank you so much. Well, first of all, thank you, Fazia and Andrea, for bringing me onto this film. It's been amazing working on it, and such a pleasure to share it with you tonight. Musically, when I read the script and I knew that this story took place between both Canada and Pakistan, and also different time periods, 1969, 89, and 99, I knew there would be music that would be of each era, but I also wanted to have that emotional, ephemeral, ethereal energy that you speak of to tie it all together, since there is kind of an element of magic in the kind of time machine we move through in this film. And so I wanted the music to have some of that fantasy element and how it made you feel as you watched.
And that's part of the Canadian Screen Award nominees to do. The music is well-deserved recognition. Yeah. Another question?
Well, and I just want to say
Oh,
that,
sure.
yes, Alicia is nominated as composer. If you can vote, vote. If you already voted, change your vote. Sorry, is that too far? Simone Smith, our editor, is nominated for, oh, just kidding, she should have been nominated, she was robbed. Sorry, damn it. That was in my head. And also the song that you heard over the end credits, that's by an incredible guy named Khurram from the band Josh. Q, and he produced that track, and that's also up for Best Original Song.
You can feel free to look at me. I introduced you to Q. You got a question up there? Yeah.
Yeah, hi, congratulations. Such a beautiful, specific, touching, personal story. Well done. I just want to ask about getting a script made in Canada that takes place in Pakistan, in Nova Scotia, in multiple time periods. I can imagine approaching and trying to get financing like such a sprawling script. How?
Well, I'll pass this down to the producers, but I want to say that the first thing you need is producers who say yes. Let's find a way.
Also, that's Kurt Smeaton, who's a fantastic producer and writer in this country. He's about to steal your idea, so just, you should know that this is very selfish the way, thank you for that question.
And a mentor.
He's a mentor of yours?
Yeah.
So you taught him how to pronounce Pakistan that way? That was
No,
great.
we never had that conversation. I would have corrected it.
Instinctively you did.
But please, producers, do you want to talk about?
Yeah, we can tag team this for sure. I mean, one thing that I'll say is that we're so incredibly blessed in this country to have access to the support, and you saw all those logos and all those thank yous, and like every single one of those, yes, it's the agencies, it's the funders, but it's really the people, and that's what made this possible. We had incredible champions. You heard Fazia shout some of them out at the beginning of the film that were really behind us and saw like, this is a Canadian film, this is a Canadian story. I think there's so many of us in this room that relate to the path of this story, and so we just feel incredibly lucky that the funders saw that too, and we learned a lot along the way. I think being able to shoot in Pakistan for Fazia was a non-negotiable, and so that was all of our job to figure out how to make that happen.
I'm going to get political for a second. I think we're incredibly blessed to live in a country that will fund content like this. And given that we are about to enter an election year, if you like material like this and you want to see more of it, I think the onus is on us to speak to the value of culture to the people that are running for office. That's really important. It's something that sets us apart from our neighbors to the south. And I think, especially in the context of what the government might look like, it's really important to make that message loud and clear.
Kudos to our Pakistani partners for working within the Canadian system, because they had to make it work within the rules that we do have to abide by. And their will to get this film across the line is it's not perfect for them. There are people who should have better credits or different credits on this film, to the Cavco folks out there. But, you know, I think that we're very lucky to have had a bunch of broadcasters and funding bodies recognize what kind of movie we were trying to make from the jump and take the risk alongside us.
That's all. We have time for 2 more questions, so I'm going to ask you over here. Yeah, the woman closest, who looks like she's going to dive over her seat. I thought that was a pretty aggressive, bold move, and then for that you got a question now.
I was just going to say, like, well, first of all, watching that, I feel like so many South Asian women, like all of us in the room right now, especially, just feel so, like, we relate so hard. Like, I honestly felt like, oh my God, am I watching my own life story a little bit? And it brought me to tears the whole time. So first, like, thank you for literally putting that into something so beautiful. And the second thing is, I want to ask you, like, what was that like emotionally for you, and just going through this whole process? Because, I mean, as an artist, and I'm sure there are many here with our own projects and undertakings trying to communicate, you know, our own stories, like, what was that like? How did you cope with it?
I think for me, my journey as an artist is parallel to my journey coming out. My first short film I made in 2012, and it was called The Queen of My Dreams. It was 3 minutes long, and I was reconciling whether I could be queer and Muslim and still love Bollywood romance. And it was through making that art, before I even knew I was a filmmaker, that it saved my life. And by sharing it at film festivals, which is why I love film festivals, which is why Inside Out is here. Film festivals gave me a space when no one else did. Communities didn't care about my voice or my life or my, you know, me thriving, but film festivals, queer film festivals did. And so I started making more shorts, and then I made, you know, some series and little, you know, I made a feature, not that I directed, but, you know, I was acting at the time. And really everything I made was an externalization of my private struggle of, is this okay? Do I still love myself even though I'm queer? I mean, it was really that. Every time I'd make something, I was sort of like loving myself more. And I can tell you that I you know, some of you may know this, but I made a one-person show. I performed it, and I wrote it and developed it. And it was called Me, My Mom, and Sharmila, and it was like 98% true. And that play was really hard to develop because I was so angry. I couldn't love myself enough because I was so angry at, like, why was my mom different? Why wasn't she still like she was in the 60s? Why did she change? And because if she didn't change, maybe she would still love me, even though I'm gay, right? And so developing and performing that play healed me. And the answer I found through the play was, well, maybe she was in suffering. Maybe she was struggling. Maybe she was so down because she was hurting so badly and she made a promise to God, maybe. And I don't know if that's true. It's a fantasy and a fabrication. But imagining something like that helped me find compassion for her. And then when I thought about how to adapt that play into a movie, because I was like, I don't know how to do this. I didn't go to film school or art school or theater school or any of this. I realized I wanted her story when she was younger to be a part of this. And so by the time I got to making this film, I wasn't angry anymore. And I think that is why this movie is the way it is. If I made it 10 years ago, it'd be like, woo! It'd be real different. You know, it'd be more than one slap, you know what I'm saying? I know, it's too real. But it truly, it was sort of, this is a manifestation of years of work and of healing and love and self-love and compassion for what her and what all of us are going through on a daily basis. And truly, the only way to move forward is to understand the past and to reconcile it and to know the history, our own history, but also the collective history. And that's going to give us all true personal and collective liberation.
We have one last question because they have to clear out the theater, so yes, so you.
So something I didn't
They are. Yeah.
They're the same. I wanted to ask, when you were shooting in Pakistan, because I know for a fact queerness is not the most easy thing to be over on the east. Did any feelings come up? Were there any issues shooting something that was a queer film in Pakistan?
Of course. Practically speaking, we did film, the intimate scenes between Azra and her girlfriend in Nova Scotia. It's quite common in a lot of films, you don't always share the scripts with everybody involved. But the generosity of the Pakistani people was remarkable. We couldn't have made it without them.
But also, like, if you guys want to see a badass motherfucker, you got to see Fawzia make a movie in Pakistan. Like, for somebody who's been so out and standing up for what she believes in, trying to tell her story and like you said, there's a perception that it is going to be likely oppressive, and there's a newer wave of generation that is much more accepting of that, but it still has the residue of everything that came before it, and someone who doesn't take any shit from anybody is this woman sitting right like, no, I don't give a fuck. I got a film. I'm losing money by the day. Let's make it happen. And just didn't care. Just didn't care. So it is like, it's fair to say that yes, that exists, but it takes a filmmaker like this with a story like that to be able to get that job done.
And just to add to that, every person here who was with us there, I remember when I was interviewing Matt Irwin, I was like, listen, Matt, if you're coming to Pakistan with me, you are representing my family, okay? And he was like, yeah, okay, sorry, already apologizing. But truly, it was remarkable. And I think, just to go to the first part of your question about the Indian, my dad was born in Delhi and my mom was born in Kanpur, so like pre-partition. And I really believe, as many of us know, but I think it deserves to be stated again, it's the colonization and the arbitrary lines created by, white people really is the thing that hurt us and divided us and created these borders and boundaries that were not there. And so I think of myself as Pakistani and Indian, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what does it mean? What does any of this mean? And so yeah, it was pretty remarkable. And also going back to pre-colonization times, like, I don't know, we're pretty queer. Like, when I think about brown people, I'm like, are we all gay? Like, you see Rajesh Khanna in Mere Sapno Ki Rani, I'm like, he's wearing lipstick, like, his hair and his motions, I'm like, this is drag, like, it's what is this? Like, it's so in our culture to have this sort of gender fluidity. And I do think it's Westernization that has been impacting that over the years. So I deeply believe that inherently at our roots, in our ancientness, we are much more expansive than what we are now.
Okay, we're gonna leave it there. I'm gonna tell you one thing. As we leave, you see what hard work went into making this film and getting it here tonight on behalf of Fawzia, on behalf of every one of these people. Blood, sweat, and tears to make this happen. They've done the work. Little bit of homework for you. If you can think of 5 to 10 people across this country who would love this film, spread the word. It opens tomorrow across the country. This is what we need. We need people to get out and see this and share the experience you had tonight. Hashtag the Queen of My Dreams. If you'd like to post tonight, but please spread the word about this film and let them know it opens tomorrow. Another big hand for Fawzia and the whole team. Thank you all so much.
Alright, y'all, so we have just finished The Queen of My Dreams. I'm running out of fucking space to record because...
I am too. I was recording the Q&A and it said your iPhone doesn't have enough space because I have 35,000 things. I'm not even joking. I'm gonna have to clear it before the Girl in Red concert.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, I need help.
Well,
Johnny Gilbert, sing my story.
We just finished The Queen of My Dreams. I thought it was a really good movie. I think it has a really good story to it. I don't like that it ended so...
You went to the bathroom and it ended.
I know.
Also, I'm sobbing again.
But yeah, there's that. I need to clear my space so I can keep recording these things, but I'm done. I'm gonna get into more detail in a little bit. I'm just gonna take in the movie for a bit and then I'm gonna give my full review. Alright everybody, it is currently the next day after the Queen of My Dreams premiere in Toronto. And I still stay on my same opinions that it was last night. Like, this movie was truly really good. It told an amazing story. It took us on an amazing journey. The cinematography was spot on. The soundtrack was amazing and fit to every scene emotionally and just in general, it fit to every scene. The story is definitely an original story that I know many people can connect with and enjoy. It was truly an amazing experience to actually get to see this movie a day before it releases in Cineplex. But yeah, it was a great movie, an awesome time, and I suggest that all of you head out to your local theater and watch The Queen of My Dreams. It's not everybody's cup of tea, but it was mine. My only thing is the ending has me wanting to know more about the story. It has me wanting to know more about what happens next. It has me wanting to just keep it going. I want it to keep going. I want to know what's going on. I want to know the rest of the story, you know? But, yeah, that's it. That's all. Thanks for watching. Be sure to leave a like, leave a subscribe if you like this video, if you like this content, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.